Good morning, welcome to JDCars, and in today's video we're talking about the brand new BMW M5. Right, so there's been a lot of talk about this car over the past few months. I mean, Shmee did a video on it where it was all covered up and you couldn't really see much, but now we've had a few pictures leaked by BMW and it looks pretty good. I mean, it's here to replace the previous M5, the F10, which is a car that I never really liked. I mean, so it had to live up to the e60, and that will always be the best M car to me, so it was always going to struggle in my books. It's going to be revealed at the Frankfurt Motor Show later in the year. I don't know when Frankfurt is, I probably should. But yeah, obviously it's BMW's flagship car, so it was going to have a big launch, and Frankfurt is one of the biggest auto shows in the world, behind Geneva. So as is the case with most cars these days, it's only really a heavily facelifted F10. I mean, it's got relatively the same interior, not much has changed there. I expected it to be honest, especially with the launch of the new 8 Series and that interior, I was expecting a bit more. So it's got a new reworked X-Drive system, which is basically BMW's posh way of saying it's 4-wheel drive. And if you didn't know, BMW made one of the worst 4-wheel drive systems going, so I'm not expecting much on that front. And to be honest, I don't really want that because M5s are always for skidding about, and if you put all-wheel drive in that, it's going to take that away. Yeah, and nobody really wanted an all-wheel drive M5. So as far as the power output goes, it's still the same 4.4 litre V8, and it's going to produce over 600 horsepower, which puts it right in the firing line of the Mercedes e63 AMG, possibly one of the best super saloons on the market right now. So I think it'll struggle there because I think anyone would take an E63 over this. So it's got larger front intakes, as is always the case with new cars, and it's got an active diff, which no idea what that means. I know literally nothing about all that area. So if you know what that means, comment below, I'll learn something as well. And it's the most technologically advanced M car out there. So I wanted to talk about the concept because, well, it was covered up in all the camouflage stuff for the Nürburgring testing, so I don't actually see much about it, but Autocar have sort of messed around with it a bit and give us a few images of what the car might look like without all the camo on. Now, if it did look like this, it would probably be a competition pack, but we're going to get that anyway, I reckon. But anyway, this thing looks insane, and if it actually did look like this, I think it would easily be the best car in the price bracket or the best super saloon anywhere. So from the front, it takes quite a bit of inspiration from the current F80 M3, a car that most people like and think is one of the best M cars out there. So yeah, especially on the front intakes, that's where a lot of the imagination or a lot of the inspiration is coming from to me. As I mentioned, this is probably a competition pack, and it looks to have competition pack wheels, which I loved anyway. I mean, it was on the M4 GTS, on the M4 competition pack, and any competition pack M car that they've made. As far as I can tell, the back end still looks relatively the same. My opinion, well, it looks a lot better than the F10, the previous car, which as I've mentioned, I already didn't like. I'm not sure about the wheels on this one. I'd have to see it in person to make a final judgment on that. But if we're going off the M550i, the fastest 5 Series that you can buy right now, it has a lot to live up to because that thing is actually faster than the old M5, so this thing's got a lot to live up to. Hopefully they don't make the same mistake as the F10 and put a synthesized exhaust note through the speakers, because that's sort of cheating a bit. And anyway, everyone's going to put an aftermarket system on it, so it's wasting your time there. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Feel free to leave your opinions in the comments box down below, and if you enjoyed it, drop a like or leave a comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time.